Sir Hugh, persuade me not. I will make a Star Chamber matter of it. If he were 20 Sir John Falstaffs, he shall not abuse Robert Shallow, Esquire.
In the county of Gloucester, Justice of Peace and Cora.
I, cousin Slender, and Castellorum.
Aye, and Rotalorian too, and a gentleman born Master Parson who writes himself Armigero, in any bill, warrant, quittancy, or obligation, Armigero.
Aye, that I do, and have done any time these 300 years.
All his successors gone before him had done it, and all his ancestors that come after him may. They may give at the 1,000 white lasses in their coat.
It is an old coat.
The dozen white louses do become an old coat well. It agrees well, passant. It is a familiar beast to man and signifies love.
The louse is the fresh fish. The salt fish is an old coat.
I may quarter, cuss.
Oh, you may by marrying.
It is marrying indeed, if he quarter it.
Oh, not a whit.
Yes, pyre lady. If he has a quarter of your coat, there is but 3 skirts for yourself in my simple conjectures. But that is all one. If Sir John Falstaff have committed disparagement unto you, I am of the church and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you.
The council shall hear of it. It is a riot.
It is not meet the council hear a riot. There is no fear of God in a riot. The council, look you, shall desire to hear the fear of God and not to hear a riot. Take your visements in that.
Ha! Oh, my life, if I were young again, the sword should end it.
It is better that friends is the sword and end it. And there is also another device in my brain which peradventure brings good discretions with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master Thomas Page, which is pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page, she has brown hair and speaks more like a woman.
It is that very person for all the world, as just as you will desire. And 700 pounds of moneys and gold and silver is her grandsire upon his deathbed. God deliver to a joyful resurrections, give when she is able to overtake 700 years old. It were a good motion if we leave our pribbles and prabbles and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page.
Did her grandsire leave her 700 pounds?
Aye, and her father is make her a petter penny.
Oh, I know the young gentlewoman. She has good gifts.
700 pounds and possibilities is good gifts.
Well, let us see, honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Shall I tell you a lie? I do despise as I do despise one that is false, or as I despise one that is not true. The knight, Sir John, is there, and I beseech you, be ruled by your well-willers. I will peep the door for Master Page. What ho! God bless your house here.
Who's there?
Here is God's blessing, and your friend, and Justice Shallow, and here young Master Slender, that peradventure shall tell you another tale if matters grow to your likings.
Oh, I am glad to see your worships well. I thank you for my venison, Master Shallow.
Master Page, I am glad to see you. Much good do it your good heart. I wished your venison better. It was ill killed. How doth good Mistress Page? And I thank you always with my heart, with my heart.
Sir, I thank you.
Sir, I thank you. Why, yea and no, I do.
I am glad to see you, good Master Slender.
How does your fellow greyhound, sir? I heard say he was outrun on Kotsov.
It could not be judged, sir.
You will not confess, you will not confess.
That he will not. 'Tis your fault, 'tis your fault. 'Tis a good dog.
A cur, sir.
No, sir, he's a good dog and a fair dog. Can there be more said? He is good and fair. Is Sir John Falstaff here?
Sir, he is within, and I would I could do a good office between you.
It is spoke as Christians ought to speak.
He hath wronged me, Master Page.
Sir, he doth in some sort confess it.
If it be confessed, it is not redressed. Is not that so, Master Page? He hath wronged me, indeed he hath. At a word he hath. Believe me, Robert Shallow, Esquire, saith he is wronged.
Oh, here comes Sir John.
Oh! Now, Mr. Shallow, you'll complain of me to the king?
Knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your keeper's daughter?
Tartar pin, this shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all this. That is now answered.
The council shall know this.
'Twere better for you if it were known in council. You'll be laughed at.
Pauca verba, Sir John. Good words.
Good words. Good cabbage. Slender, I broke your head. What matter have you against me?
Marry, sir, I have matter in my head against you and against your cunny-catching rascals, BARDOLPH, Nin, and Pistol.
You Banbury cheese.
It is no matter.
How now, Mephistopheles?
It is no matter.
Slice, I say. Pucker, pucker. Slice, that's my humour.
Very simple, my man. Can you tell, cousin?
Peace, I pray you. Now let us understand. There is 3 umpires in this matter, as I understand. That is Master Page, fidelicet Master Page, and there is myself, fidelicet myself, and the 3 party is, lastly and finally, mine host of the Garter.
We 3 to hear it and to end it between them.
Very good. I will make a brief of it in my notebook, and we will afterwards work upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can.
Pistol.
Oh, he hears with ears.
The Tevil and his tam. What phrase is this? He hears with ear? Why, it is affectations.
Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse?
Aye, by these gloves he did. Or I might never come in mine own great chamber again else, of 7 groats in new 6pences and 2 Edward shovel boards that cost me 2 shillings and 2pence a piece of yet miller by these gloves.
Is this true, Pistol?
No, it is false, if it is a pick purse.
Huh, thou mountain foreigner. Sir John and Mastermind, I combat challenge this Latin Bilbo. Word of denial in thy labrous here, word of denial, froth and scum, thou liest.
By these gloves then, that's him.
Be advised, sir, and pass good humours. I will say marry trap with you if you run the nutbox humour on me. That is the very note of it.
By this head then. He in the red face had it. For though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I'm not altogether an ass.
What say you, Scarlett and John?
Why, sir, for my part, I say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 sentences.
It is his 5 senses. Fie, what the ignorance is.
And being fat, sir, was, as they say, cashier. And so conclusions pass the quiz.
Aye, you speaking Latin then too. But this no matter. I will never be drunk with Liz leave again, but in honest, civil, godly company for this trip. If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God and not with drunken knaves.
So God judge me, that is a virtuous mind.
You hear all these matters tonight, gentlemen, you hear it?
Nay, daughter, carry the wine in. We'll drink within.
Oh, heaven, this is Mistress and Page.
Oh, how now, Mistress Ford?
Mistress Ford. By my troth, you are very well met. By your leave, good mistress.
Wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, gentlemen. I hope we shall drink down all unkindness.
I had rather than 40 shillings. I had my books of songs and sonnets here. How now, Simple? Where have you been? I must wait to myself, must I? You have not the books of riddles about you, have you?
Book of riddles?
Yeah.
Why, did you not lend it to Alice Shortcake upon All Hallowmas last? A fortnight before Michaelmas?
Come, coz, we stay for you. A word with you, coz. Marry this, coz. There is, as 'twere, a tender, kind of tender, made afar off by Sir Hugh here. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir, you shall find me reasonable. If it be so, I shall do that is reason.
Nay, but understand me.
So I do, sir.
Give ear to his motions, Master Slender. I will description the matter to you if you be capacity of it.
Nay, I will do as my cousin Charlotte says. I pray you pardon me. He's a justice of peace in his country, simple though I stand here.
But that is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage.
Aye, there's the point, sir.
Marry, is it the very point of it, to Mistress Anne Page?
Why, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demands.
But can you affection the woman? Let us command to know that of your mouth or of your lips, or for divers philosophers hold that the lips is parcel of your mouth or of your lips. Therefore, precisely, can you carry your good will to the maid?
Cousin Abraham Slender, can you love her?
I hope, sir, I will do as it shall become one that would do reason.
Nay, God's Lord and his ladies, you must speak positable if you can carry your desires towards her.
That you must. Will you, upon good dowry, marry her?
I will do a greater thing than that upon your request, cousin, in any reason.
Nay, conceive me, sweet coz. What I do is to pleasure you, coz. Can you love the maid?
I will marry her, sir, at your request, but if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease upon better acquaintance when we are married and have more occasion to know one another. I hope upon familiarity we'll grow more content. But if you say marry her, I will marry her. That I am freely dissolved and dissolutely.
It is a very discretion answer, save the fall is in the earth dissolutely. The earth is, according to our meaning, resolutely. His meaning is good.
I think my cousin meant well.
Aye, or else I would I might be hanged la.
Ah, ha, ha! Here comes fair Mistress Anne. Oh, would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne.
The dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship's company.
I will wait on him, fair Mistress Anne.
Odds blessed will, I will not be absent at the grace.
Would please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I thank you for so heartily. I'm very well.
The dinner attends you, sir.
I'm not hungry. I thank you for so. Go, Sirrah, for all you are my man, go wait upon my cousin Shallow. A justice of peace sometimes may be holding to his friend for a man. I keep but 3 men, and a boy yet till my mother be dead. But what though? Yet I live like a poor gentleman born.
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come.
I will eat nothing. I thank you as much I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I rather walk here, I thank you. I bruised my chin the other day with playing at sword and dagger with the master of fence. 3 Venice for a dish for stewed prunes, and by my troth, I cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. What do your dogs bark so? Be there any bears in the town?
I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but I shall as soon Karol at ease as any man in England. You are afraid if you see the bear loose, are you not?
Aye, indeed, sir.
That's meat and drink to me now. I have seen Shakespeare lose it 20 times and have taken him by the chin. But I want you, they wanna have so cried and shrieked at it that it passed. But women indeed cannot abide them. They are very ill-favored raw things.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come. We stay for you.
I will eat nothing, I thank you, sir.
Oh, by cock and pie, you shall not choose, sir. Come, come.
Nay, pray you, lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mistress Anne, yourself shall go first.
Not I, sir. Pray you, come on.
I'd rather be unmannerly than troublesome. You do yourself wrong indeed, La.
Go your ways and ask of Dr. CAIUS's house, which is the way, and there dwells one mistress quickly, which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry, his washer, and his wringer.
Well, sir.
Nay, it is better yet. Give her this letter, for it is a woman that altogether's acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page, and the letter is to desire and require her to solicit your master's desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you, begone! I'll make an end of my dinner. There's pippins and cheese to come.
Mine host of the Garter.
What says my bully rook? Speak scholarly and wisely.
Truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers.
Discard, bully Hercules. Cashier, let them wag. Trot, trot.
I sit at £10 a week.
Ooh. Thou art an emperor, Caesar, Kaiser, and Fizzer. I will entertain BARDOLPH. He shall draw, he shall tap. Said I well, bully Hector?
Do so, good mine host.
I have spoke, let him follow. Let me see thee froth and lime. I am at a word. Follow.
BARDOLPH, follow him. A tapster is a good trade. An old cloak makes a new jerkin. A withered serving man, a fresh tapster. Go, adieu.
The life that I have desired, I will thrive.
Oh, base Hungarian white, wilt thou the spigot wield?
He was gotten in drink. Is not the humour conceited?
I'm glad I'm so quit of this tinder bucks. His thefts were too open. His filching was like an unskillful singer. He kept not time.
The good humour is to steal at a minute's rest.
Oh, convey, the wise call it, steal. A FICO for that phrase.
Well, sirs, I am almost out at heels.
Oh, why then let CAIUS ensue?
There's no remedy. I must coney catch. I must shift.
Well, young ravens must have food.
Which of you know Ford of this town?
I ken the white. He is of substance good.
My honest lads, I will tell you what I'm about.
2 yards and more.
No quips now, pistol. Indeed, I'm in the waist 2 yards about, but I'm now about no waste. I'm about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, she gives the leer of invitation. I can construe the action of her familiar style, and the hottest voice of her behavior to be Englished rightly is, I am Sir John Falstaff's.
Yes, studied her will and translated her will out of honesty into English.
The anchor is deep. Will that humour pass?
Now the report goes, she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legion of angels.
As many devils entertain, and to her boys say I.
The humour rises. It's good. The humour me the angels.
I have writ me here a letter to her, and here another to Page's wife, who even now gave me good eyes too, examined my parts with most judicious ouillades. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly.
When did the sun on dunghill shine?
I thank thee for that humour.
Oh, she did so course o'er my exteriors with such a greedy attention that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. There's another letter to her. She bears the purse too. She is a region in Guyana, all gold and bounty. I will be cheated to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies, and I will trade to them both. Go bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this to Mistress Ford. We will thrive, lads, we will thrive.
Shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel, then Lucifer take all?
I will run no base humour. Here, take the hurricane letter. I will keep behaviour a reputation.
Hold, Sarah! Bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my pinnace to these golden shores. Rogues, hence, avant, vanish like hailstones. Go, trudge, plod away the hoof, seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the humor of the age. French thrift, you rogues, myself and skirted page.
Let vultures gripe thy guts. The Gordon Fulham holds and high and low beguiles the rich and poor. Tester I'll have in pouch when thou shalt lack, base Phrygian Turk.
I have operations which be human humours of revenge.
Wilt thou revenge?
By Welkin and her star.
With wit or steel?
With both the humours. I will discuss the humour of this love to forward.
And I to page shall eke unfold how Falstaff varlet vile his dove will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft couch defile.
My humour shall not cool. I will incense forward to deal with poison. I'll possess him with yellowness, for the revolt of mine is dangerous. That is my true humour.
Oh, thou art the Mars of malcontents. I second thee. Keep on.
What? John Rugby! I pray thee, go to the casement and see if you can see my master. Master Dr. CAIUS. Come and if you do it, Faith, and find anybody in the house, oh, there will be an old abusing of God's patience and the King's English.
I'll go watch.
Go! And we'll have a posset for it soon at night, if Faith, at the latter end of a sequel fire. An honest, willing, kind fella, as ever servant shall come and house withal, and I warrant you, no telltale, nor no breed bait. His worst fault is that he is given to prayer. He is something peevish that way, but nobody but has his fault. But let that pass. Peter Semple, you say your name is?
Aye, for thought of a better.
And Master Slender's your master?
Aye, forsooth.
Huh. Does he not wear a great round beard like a glover's paring knife?
No, forsooth. He hath but a little wee face, a little yellow beard, a cane-coloured beard.
A softly spirited man, is he not?
Aye, forsooth. But he is as tall as a man, as his hands as any between this and his head. He hath fought a war in her.
How say you?
Yeah.
Ah, I should remember him. Does he not hold up his head, as it were, and strut in his gait?
Yes, indeed, he does.
Well, heaven send Anne Page no worse fortune. Tell Master Parson Evans I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, and I wish nothing but...
Oh.
Oh, well, my master comes.
Yeah.
We shall be shent. Run in here, good young man. Go into this closet. He will not stay long. Okay. What? John Rugby. What, John, I say? Go, John, to inquire for my master. I doubt he is not well and he comes not home. And down he goes.
What is you saying? Oh, I do not like these stories. I pray you, go and fetch me in my closet on what you have there, a green box. To intend what I speak, a green box.
I forsooth, I'll fetch it you. I'm glad he went not in himself. If he had found the young man, he would have gone horn mad.
Ah, il fait faux chaud. J'en vais à la cœur. Une grande affaire.
Is it this, sir?
Oui, oui. Mets-les à ma pocket. Dépêche, quickly. There is that knave Rugby.
Oh, what? John Rugby. John.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Ah, you are John Rugby and you are Jacques Rugby. Come, take your rapier and after my heel to the court.
Tis ready, sir. Here, in the port.
By my throat, I tarry too long. Odds me, quel j'oublié. Ah, there is some simples in my closet that I will not for the world I shall leave behind.
Ay me. He'll find the young man here and be mad.
Oh, diable, diable, what is in my closet? Oh, villainy, la Rome. Rugby, my rapier.
Good master, be content.
Therefore shall I be content.
The young man is an honest man.
Oh, what shall the honest man do in my closet? There is no honest man that shall come in my closet.
I beseech you, be not so phlegmatic. Hear the truth of it. He came of an errand to me from Parson Hugh.
Well, I forsooth, to desire her to...
Oh, peace, I pray you!
A piece of your tongue. Speak of your tale.
To desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to Mistress Anne Page for my master in the way of marriage.
Oh, this is all indeed la. But I'll ne'er put my finger in the fire and need not.
Oh, Sir HUGH, send you. Rugby, bear me some paper. Tarry you a little while.
I am glad he is so quiet. If he had been thoroughly moved, you should have heard him so loud and so melancholy. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do you, your master, what good I can. And the very yea and the no-ease, the French doctor, my master, I may call him my master, look ye, for I keep his house, and I wash, wring, brew, bake, scour, dress, meat and drink, make beds and do all myself. And
It is a great charge to come under one body's hand.
are you advised of that? You shall find it a great charge, and to be up early and down late, but notwithstanding, to tell you in your ear, I would have no words of it. My master himself is in love with Anne Page, but notwithstanding that, I know Anne's mind. That's neither here nor there.
You, Jacques, give this letter to Sir HUGH. Bugger, it is a challenge. I will cut his throat in the park. I will teach a scurvy knave, a jackanapes priest to meddle and make. You may be gone. It is no good you tarry here. Bugger, I will cut all his 2 stones. Bugger, he shall not have a stone to throw at a dog.
Alas, but he speaks but for his friend.
It is no matter of that. Do not you tell me that. I shall have Anne Page for myself. Bugger, I will kill the Jacques priest. And I have appointed mine host of the GARTER to measure our weapon. Bugger, I will have Anne Page.
Oh, sir, the maid loves ya, and all shall be well. We must give folks leave to pray. What the good year?
Rugby, come to the court with me. Bugger, if I have not Anne Page, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow my heels.
Ye shall have Anne. and fool's head of your own. No, I know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I do with her. Oh, thank heaven.
Who's within there? Ho!
Who's there, I trow? Come to the house, I pray ya.
How now, good woman? How dost thou?
The better that it pleases your good worship to ask.
What news? How does pretty Mistress Anne?
Oh, in truth, sir, and she is pretty and honest and gentle and one that is your friend. I can tell you that, by the way. I praise heaven for it.
Shall it do any good, thinkst thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
Oh, troth, sir, all is in his hands above. But notwithstanding, Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book she loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye?
Yes, marry, have I. What of that?
Well, thereby hangs a tale. Good faith, it is such another nan. But I detest an honest maid as ever break bread. We had an hour's talk of that wart. I shall never laugh but in that maid's company. But indeed, she has given me too much alley-colly amusing. But for you, I'll go too.
Well, I shall see her today. Oh, hold. There's money for thee.
Ooh.
Let me have thy voice in my behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me.
Will I? If faith that we will. And I will tell your worship more of the wart the next time we have confidence, and of other wooers.
Well, farewell. I am in great haste now.
Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman, but Anne loves him not. For I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Oh, out upon it. What have I forgot? Well,
What? Have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty? And am I now subject for them? Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for though love use reason for his physician, he admits him not for his counsellor. You are not young, no more am I. Go to, then there's sympathy. You're merry, so am I. Then there's more sympathy. You have sack, or you love sack, and so do I. Would you desire better sympathy? Let's suffice thee, Mistress Page. It is the least, if a love of a soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, it is not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me, by me. Thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of line, with all his might for thee to fight. John Falstaff! John Falstaff! What a Herod of Jewry is this? Oh, wicked world! One that is well nigh worn to pieces with age to show himself a young gallant? What unweighed behaviour had this Flemish drunkard picked, with the devil's name, out of my conversation, that he dares in this manner assay me? Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? I was then frugal of my mirth. Oh, heaven forgive me. Why, I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenge I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
Oh, and trust me, I was coming to you. I was coming to your house.
Nay.
You look very ill.
Nay, I'll never believe that. I have to show to the contrary.
Faith, but you do in my mind.
Well, I do then. Yet I say I could show to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
What's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Oh, hang the trifle, woman. Take the honour. What is it? Dispense with trifles. What is it?
If I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What? Thou liest. Sir Alice Ford, these knights will hack, and so thou shalt not alter the article of thy gentry.
Well, we burn daylight. Here. Read. Read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worst of fat men, as long as I have an eye to make difference of men's liking. And yet he would not swear, raised woman modesty, and gave such orderly and well-behaved reproof to all uncomeliness, that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words. But they do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100th psalm to the tune of green sleeves. What tempest I throw through this whale, with so many turns of oil in his belly, ashore at Windsor. How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope till the wicked fire of loss have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter for letter. But the name of Page and Ford differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother of thy letter. But let thine inherit first, for I protest mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters, writ with blank spaces for different names, sure more. And these are of the 2nd edition. He'll print them out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts into the press, when he would put us to. I had rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
Why? This is the very same.
Mm-hmm.
The very hand, the very words.
Yeah.
What he think of us?
Nay, I know not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with my own honesty. I'll entertain myself like one that I am not acquainted withal, for sure, unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding? Call you it? I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So will I, if he come under my hatches. I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with fine baited delay till he hath pawned his horses to mine host of the Garter.
Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him that may not sully the chariness of her honesty, or that my husband saw this letter, it will give eternal fruit to his jealousy.
Why, look! Here he comes! Oh, and my good man too. He's as far from jealousy as I am of giving him cause, and that, I hope, is an unmeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Let's consult together against this greasy night. Come hither.
Well, I hope it be not so.
Hope is a curtal dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Why, sir, my wife is not young.
Oh, he woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old, one with another, Ford. He loves the gallimaufry, Ford, perpend.
Love my wife?
With liver burning hot. Prevent, or go thou like Sir Actaeon, he with Ringwood at thy heels. Oh, odious is the name.
What name, sir?
The Horn, I say. Huh? Farewell. Take heed. Have open eye, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, ere summer comes or cuckoo birds do sing. Away, Sir Corporal Nym. Believe it, page, he speaks sense.
I will be patient. I will find out this.
And this is true. I like not the humour of lying. He hath wronged me in some humours. I should have borne the humoured letter to her, but I have a sword, and it shall bite upon my necessity. He loves your wife, the short and the long. My name is Corporal Nin. I speak and I avouch, 'tis true. My name is Nin, and Falstaff loves your wife. Adieu. I love not the humour of bread and cheese, and there's the humour of it. Adieu.
The humour of it, quoth he. Here's a fellow frights English out of its wits.
I will seek out Falstaff.
I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue.
If I defined it, well,
I will not believe such a Catian, though the priest of the town commended him for a true man.
Was a good, sensible fellow. Well.
Ah, how now, Meg?
Ah, whither go you, George? Hark you.
How now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
I'm melancholy. I'm not melancholy. Get you home, go.
Faith, thou hast some crutches in thy head. Now, will you go, Mistress Page?
Oh, have with you. You'll come to dinner, George. Oh, look who comes yonder. She'll be our messenger to this paltry night.
Trust me, I thought on her. She'll fit it.
Ooh!
Oh, you come to see my daughter Anne?
Aye, forsooth, and I pray, how does good Mistress Anne?
Oh, go in with us and see. We've an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, and you heard what the other told me.
You think there is truth in them?
Oh, hang 'em, slaves. I do not think the knight would offer it, but these that accuse him in his intent towards our wife are of a yoke of his discarded men. Very rogues, now they be out of service.
Were they his men?
Marry, were they?
I like it never the better for that. Does he lie at the Garter?
Aye, marry, does he? If he should intend this voyage towards my wife, I would turn her loose to him. And what he gets more of her than sharp words, let it lie on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Ah, look where my ranting host of the Garter comes. There is either liquor in his pate or money in his purse when he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
How now, Bolyrook? Oh, thou art a gentleman. Cavalier of justice, I say.
I follow, mine host. I follow. Good even and 20 good Master Page. Master Page, will you go with us? We have sport in hand.
Tell him, Cavalier Justice. Tell him, Bullyrook.
Sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh the Welsh priest and CAIUS the French doctor.
Would mine host of the Garter a word with you?
Oh, what sayest thou, my Bullyrook?
Will you go with us to behold it? My merry host hath had the measuring of their weapons, and I think hath appointed them contrary places. For believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport shall be.
Hast thou no suit against my knight, my guest Cavalier?
None, I protest, but I'll give you a bottle of burnt sack to give me recourse to him, and tell him that my name is Brooke, only for a jest.
My hen bully, thou shalt have egress and regress, said I well, and my name shall be Brooke. It is a merry night. Will you go, Amias?
Have with you, mine host.
I have heard that the Frenchman hath good skill in his rapier.
Oh, tut, sir, I could have told you more. Is there times you stand on distance, your passes, staccatos, and know not what? 'Tis the heart, Master Page, 'tis here, 'tis here. I have seen the time. With my long sword, I would have made you 4 tall fellows skip like rats.
Here, boys, here, shall we wag?
Oh, have with you. I would rather hear them scold than fight.
Though Page be a secure fool and stand so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there I know not. Well, I will look further into it, and I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labour. If she be otherwise, 'tis labour well bestowed.
I will not lend thee a penny.
Why? Then the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open.
Not a penny. I have been content, sir, you should lay my countenance to pawn. I have grated upon my good friends for 3 reprieves for you and your coach fellow Nym, or else you'd looked through the grate like a gemini of baboons. I'm damned in hell for swearing to gentlemen my friends you were good soldiers and tall fellows. And when Mistress Bridget lost the handle of her fan, I took upon mine honour thou hadst it not.
Didst not thou share? Hadst thou not 15 pence?
Reason, you rogue, reason! Think'st thou I'll endanger my soul, gratis? At a word, hang no more about me. I'm no gibbet for you. Go! A short knife and a throng to your manner of pig-hatch. Go! You'll not bear a letter for me, you rogue? You stand upon your honour? Why, thou unconfinable baseness, it is as much as I can do to keep the terms of my honour precise. I, myself, sometimes, leaving the fear of God in the left hand, and hiding mine honour in my necessity, am fain to shuffle, to hedge, and to lurch, and yet you rogue, will ensconce your rags, your Cantermountain looks, your red lettuce phrases, and your bold beating oaths under the shelter of your honour? You will not do it? You?
I do relent, huh? What would thou more of man?
Sir, if the one would speak with you.
Let her approach.
Give your worship good morrow.
It's a good morrow, good wife.
Ah, not so. And I please your worship.
Good maid then.
Oh, I'll be sworn as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe the swearer. What with me?
Oh, Shall I vouchsafe your worship a word or two?
2,000, fair woman, and I'll vouchsafe thee the hearing.
This is one Mistress Ford, sir. I pray, come a little nearer these ways. Myself, dwell with Master Dr. CAIUS.
Well on. Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray your worship, come a little nearer these ways.
I warrant thee nobody hears. Mine own people, mine own people.
Are they so? God bless them and make them his servants.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Why, sir, she's a good creature. Oh, Lord, Lord, your worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford, come! Mistress Ford.
Mary, this is the short and the long of it. You have brought her into such a canary as 'tis wonderful. The best courtier of them all, when the court lay at Windsor, would never have brought her to such a canary. Yet there has been knights and lords and gentlemen with their coaches, I warrant you. Coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk and so rustling, I warrant you, in silk and gold and in such elegant terms and in such wine and sugar of the best in the Ferris that would have won any woman's heart. And I warrant you, they could never get an eye wink of her. I had myself 20 angels given me this morning. But I defy all angels in any such sort as they say, but in the way of honesty. And I warrant you, they could never get her so much as a sip on a cup with the proudest of them all. And yet there has been earls, nay, which is more, pensioners. But I warrant you, all is one with her.
What says she to me? Be brief, my good she Mercury.
Mary, she hath received your letter, for which she thanks you 1,000 times, and she gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from his house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Aye, forsooth. And then you may come and see the picture. Says that you what of? Master Ford, her husband, will be from home. Oh, alas, the sweet woman leads an ill life with him. He's a very jealousy man. She leads a very frampold life with him, good heart.
10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her. I will not.
Why, you say well. But I have another messenger to your worship. Mistress Page, have her hearty accommodations to you too. And let me tell you in your ear, she's as fatuous, a civil, modest wife, and when I tell you that will miss you morning or evening prayer as any in Windsor, whoe'er be the other. And she bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time. I have never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely I think you have charms, la? Yes, in truth.
Not I assure thee, setting the attraction of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Oh, blessing on your heart for it.
But I pray thee, tell me this. Has Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me?
That were a jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope. That were a trick indeed, oh. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page of all loves. Her husband has a marvellous infection to the little page, and truly, Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. do what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she list, rise when she list, all is as she will. And truly she deserves it. For if there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. You must send her your page, no remedy.
Why, I will.
Hey, but do so. And then, and look you, he may come and go between you both, yeah? And in any case, have a nay word that you may know one another's mind, and the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good that children should know any wickedness. Old folks, you know, have discretion, as they say, and know the world.
Fare thee well. Commend me to them both. There's my purse. You know, I'm yet thy debtor. Boy, go along with this woman. Oh, this news distracts me.
This punk is one of Cupid's carriers. Up on more sails, pursue. Up with your fight, huh? Give fire. She is my prize, or ocean whelm them all.
Sayest thou so, old Jack? Go thy ways. I'll make more of thy old body than I've done. Will they yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the expense of so much money, be now a gainer? Oh, good body, I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done, so it be fairly done, no matter.
So John, there's one Master Brooke below would faith speak with you and be acquainted with you, and hath sent your worships a morning's draught of sack.
Brooke is his name?
Aye, sir.
Call him in. Such brooks are welcome to me that o'erflow such liquor. Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, have I encompassed you? Go to, via via!
God bless you, sir.
And you, sir. Would you speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon ye.
You're welcome. What's your will? Give us leave, drawer.
Sir, I am a gentleman that have spent much. My name is Brooke.
Oh, good Master Brooke, I desire more acquaintance of you.
Good Sir John, I sue for yours. Not to charge you, for I must let you understand, I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion. For if they say if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money is a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Troth, I have a bag of money here. Troubles me some. If you will help me to bear it, Sir John, take all or half for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
I will tell you, sir, if you will give me the hearing.
Speak, good Master Brooke. I shall be glad to be your servant.
Sir, I hear you are a scholar. I will be brief with you. And you have been a man long known to me, though I had never so good means as desire to make myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing to you wherein I must very much lay open mine own imperfection. But, good Sir John, as you have one eye upon my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn another into the register of your own, that I may pass with a reproof of the easier, sith you yourself know how easy it is to be such an offender.
Oh, very well, sir. Proceed.
There is a gentlewoman in this town. Her husband's name is Ford.
Well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest to you bestowed much on her. followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every slight occasion that could but niggardly give me sight of her, not only bought many presents to give her, but have given largely to many to know what she would have given. Briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me, which hath been on the wing of all occasions. But whatsoever I have merited, either in my mind or in my meed, I am sure I have received none, unless experience be a jewel that I have purchased at an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this: love like a shadow flies when substance love pursues, pursuing that flies, and flying what pursues.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands?
Never.
Oh. Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
Of what quality was your love then?
Like a fair house built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it.
To what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
When I have told you that, I have told you all. Some say that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth her mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made of her. Now, Sir John, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse, of great admittance, authentic in your place and person, generally allowed for your many warlike, court-like, and learned preparations.
Oh, sir.
Believe it, for you know it. There is money. Spend it. Spend it. Spend more. Spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange of it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing. Win her consent to you. If any man may, you may as soon as any.
Would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribe to yourself very preposterously.
I don't understand my drift. She dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. Now, could I come to her with any detection in my hand? My desires had instance and argument to commend themselves. I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other her defenses, which are now too strongly embattled against me. What say you to it, Sir John?
Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money. Next, give me your hand. And last, as I am a gentleman, you shall, if you will, enjoy Ford's wife.
Good sir.
I say you shall.
Want no money, Sir John? You shall want none.
Want no Mistress Ford, Master Brooke? You shall want none. I shall be with her, I may tell you, by her own appointment. Even as you came in to me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11, for at that time the jealous rascally knave her husband will be forth. Come you to me at night, you shall know how I speed.
I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know Ford, sir?
Hang him, poor cuckoldy knave. I know him not, yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say the jealous withully knave hath masses of money, for the which his wife seems to me well favored. I will use her as the key of the cuckoldy rogue's coffer, and there's my harvest home.
I would you knew, Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you saw him.
Hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue. I will steer him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor or the cuckold's horns. Master Brooke, thou shalt know, I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night. Ford's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, shalt know him for knave and cuckold. Come to me soon. Come to me soon. At night. Mm.
What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? Oh, my heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him. The hour is fixed. The match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawn at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms, names. A Mammon sounds well. Lucifer, well. Barberson, well, yeah, they are the devil's names, the names of fiends, but Whittle, Cuckold. The devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He will trust his wife. He will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my aquavitae bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding than my wife with herself. And she plots, then she ruminates, then she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may effect. They will break their hearts, but they will effect. God be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock, the hour. I will prevent this, detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I want about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Five. Cuckold. Cuckold.
Jacques Rugby,
Sir?
what is the clock, Jacques?
It is past the hour, sir, that Sir Hugh promised to meet.
Bugger, he has saved his soul that he is not come. He has prayed his Bible well that he is not come. By God, Jacques Rugby, he is dead already if he become.
He is wise, sir. He knew your worship would kill him if he came.
Bugger, the herring is not so dead as I will kill him. Take your rapier, Jacques. I will tell you how I will kill him.
Alas, sir, I cannot think.
Villainy, take your rapier.
There, here's company.
God bless the bully doctor.
Save you, Master Dr. CAIUS.
Now, good Master Doctor.
Give you good morrow, sir.
That be all you and the Twacat come for.
To see the fight, to see the fine, to see the traverse, to see the here, to see the there, to see the pass thy punto, to see thy stock, thy reverse, thy social distance, thy montanta. Is he dead, my Ethiopian? Is he dead, my Francisco? Ha, bully. What says my Esculapius, my Galen, my heart of elder hat? Is he dead? Well, is he dead?
He is the coward Jacques Priest of the world. He is not show his face.
Oh, thou art a Castilian King Urinal Hector of Greece, my boy.
I pray you, bear witness that me have stayed 6 or 7, 2, 3 hours for him, and he is not come.
He is the wiser man, Master Doctor. He is a curer of souls, and you a curer of bodies. If you should fight, you go against the hair of your professions. Is it not true, Master Page?
Oh, Master Shallow, you have yourself been a great fighter, though now man of peace.
Oh, bodikins, Master Page, though I now be old and of the peace, if I see a sword out, my finger itches to make one. Though we see justices and doctors and churchmen, Master Page, we have some salt of our youth in us. We are the sons of women, Master Page.
'Tis true, Master Shallow.
It will be found so, Master Page. Master Dr. CAIUS, I am come to fetch you home. I am sworn of the peace. You have showed yourself a wise physician, and Sir Hugh hath shown himself a wise and patient churchman. You must go with me, Master Doctor.
Pardon, guest justice. A word, Monsieur Mockwater.
Eh? Mockwater? What is that?
Mockwater in our English tongue is buller, bully.
Oh. Bagar. Then I have as much mockwater as the Englishman. Scurvy jackdog priest Bagar me will cut his ears.
Oh, he will clapper claw thee tightly, bully.
Clapper the claw. What is that?
That is, he will make thee amends.
Bagar me do look, he shall clapper the claw me, for Bagar me will have it.
And I will provoke him to it, or let him wag.
Oh, merci beaucoup for that.
And moreover, bully, but first, Master Guest and Master Page. Oh, and Ecce Cavaliero Slender. Are you there? Yes. Go you through to the town to Frogmore.
Sir Hugh is there, is he?
He is there. See what humour is in, and I will bring the doctor about by the field. Will he do well?
We will do it.
Adieu, good Master Doctor.
Adieu.
Bagar, me will kill the priest, for he speak for a Jacques and Ep to Aunt Page.
Yeah, let him die! Sheep thy impatience. Throw cold water on thy cholera. Go about the fields with me through Frogmore. I will bring thee where mistress and page is at a farmhouse a-feasting, and thou shalt woo her. Cried game? Said I well?
Oh, Bagar, me thank you for that, Bagar. I love you, and I shall procure you the good guest, the earl, the knight, the lords, the gentlemen, ma patience.
For the which I will be thy adversary towards any page. Said I well?
Bagar, 'tis good, well said.
Let us bug then.
Come at my heels, Jacques Rugby.
I pray you now, good Master Slender, serving man and friend simple by your name, which way have you looked for Master CAIUS, that calls himself Doctor of Physic?
Marry, sir, the petty ward, the park ward, every way. Windsor way, and every way but the town way.
I most vehemently desire you will also look that way.
Oh, I will, sir.
Bless my soul. How full of chollers I am, and trembling of mind. I shall be glad if you have deceived me. How melancholy I am. I will nog his urinals about his knaves costed when I have good opportunities for the oak. Oh, bless my soul. Me gloved yn lais yn galw arna fi, I ddod a golchi meiau gyd yn afon Calvary. Glwydd yma fi. Mercy on me. I have a great dispositions to cry. Golch fi'n birlan yn y gwaed a gaed ar galfar.
Yonder, he's coming this way, say you.
Oh, he's welcome. Mi glow ab dyna'r lais yn galw arnaf you. Oh, heaven prosper the right. What weapons is he?
Oh, no weapons, sir. There comes my master, Master Shallow, and another gentleman from Frogmore, over the stile, this way.
But pray you give me my gown or else keep it in your arms.
How now, Master Parson? Good morrow, good Sir Hugh. Keep a gamester from the dice and a good student from his book, and it is wonderful.
Hi, sweetened page.
God save you, good Sir Hugh.
Bless you from his mercy's sake, all of you.
What? The sword and the word? Do you study them both, Master Parson?
And youthful still, in your doublet and hose, this raw rheumatic day.
There is reasons and causes for it.
We are come to you to do a good office, Master Parson.
Very well, what is it?
Yonder is a most reverend gentleman who, belike having received wrong by some person, is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw.
I have lived 80 years and upward. I never heard a man of his place, gravity, and learning so wide of his own respect.
What is he?
I think you know him, Master Dr. CAIUS, the renowned French physician.
God's will and his passion of my heart, I had as lief you would tell me of a mess of porridge.
Why?
He has no more knowledge in Hippocrates and Galen, and he is a knave besides, a cowardly knave as you would desire to be acquainted with all.
I warrant you, he is the man who should fight with him.
Oh, sweetened page.
It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes Dr. CAIUS.
Nay, good Master Parson, keep in your weapon.
So do you, good Master Doctor.
Disarm them and let them question. Let them keep their limbs whole and talk our English.
I pray you, let me speak a word with your ear. Therefore, will you not meet me?
Pray you, use your patience. In good time.
Bugger, you are the coward, the jackdog, Jean Ape.
Pray you, let us not be laughing stocks to other men's humours. I desire you in friendship, and I will one way or the other make you amends. By Jesu, I will nog your rear rhinals about your knave's coxcomb for missing your meetings and appointments.
Diable, Jacques Rougbit, as I am my host déjà, have I not stayed for him to kill him? Have I not at the place I did appoint?
As I am a Christian soul now, look you, this is the place appointed. I'll be judgment by my host of the Garter.
Peace, I say. Gallian, Gaul, French and Welsh, soul curer and body curer.
Aye, that is very good. Excellent.
Peace, I say. Hear mine host of the Garter. Am I politic? Am I subtle? Am I a Machiavel? Shall I lose my doctor? No, he gives me the potions and the motions. Shall I lose my parson, my priest, my Sir Hugh? No, he gives me the proverbs and the no-verbs. Give me thy hand, terrestrial. Give me thy hand, celestial. So, boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to the wrong places. Your hearts are mighty, your skins are whole, and let burnt sack be the issue. Come, lay your swords to pawn. Follow me, lads. Woo! Of peace. Follow me. Follow. Follow. Follow.
Just me, a mad host. Follow, gentlemen, follow.
Oh, sweetened page.
Do I perceive that? Have you make this sort of us, huh? Huh?
This is well. He has made us his vlouting stog. I desire you that we may be friends, and let us nog out brains together to be revenge on this same scroll, scurvy, cogging companion, the host of the Garter.
Bagal, with all of my heart, he promised to bring me where is on page. Bagal, he deceive me too.
Well, I will smite his noddles. Pray you, follow.
Nay! Oh, keep your way, little gallant. You want to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whether had you rather lead mine eyes or I your master's heels?
I'd rather, forsooth, go before you like a man and follow him like a dwarf.
You're a flattering boy. Now I'll see you be a courtier.
Well met, Mistress Page. Whither go you?
Truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home?
Aye, and as idle as she may hang together for want of company. I think if your husbands were dead, you two would marry.
Be sure of it. 2 other husbands?
And where had you this pretty weathercock?
Oh, I cannot tell what the dickens his name is my husband had him of. What do you call your knight? Sarah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff.
He. I can never hit on's name. There's such a league between my good man and he. Is your wife at home indeed?
Indeed she is.
By your leave, sir. I am sick till I see her.
Has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure they sleep, he hath no use of them. Why, this boy will carry a letter 20 mile as easy as a cannon will shoot point blank 12 score. He pieces out his wife's inclination. He gives her folly motion and advantage. And now she's going to my wife and Falstaff's boy with her. A man may hear this shower sing in the wind, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots they are laid, and our revolted wives share damnation together. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so seeming Mistress Page, divulge Page himself for a secure and wilful Acteon, and to these violent proceedings all my neighbours shall cry aim. The clock gives me my cue, and my assurance bids me search. There I shall find Falstaff. I shall be rather praised for this than mocked, for it is as positive as the earth is firm that Falstaff is there. I will go.
Well met, Master Paul.
Trust me, a good knot. I have good cheer at home, and I pray you all go with me.
I must excuse myself, Master Ford.
And so must I, sir. We have appointed to dine with Mistress Anne, and I would not break with her for more money than I'll speak of.
We have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
I hope I have your goodwill, Father Page.
You have, Master Slender. I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
Aye, bugger, and the maid is a love of me. My nurse quickly tells me so much.
What say you to young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, and he has eyes of youth. He writes verses, he speaks holiday, he smells April and May. He will carry it, he will carry it. It's in his buttons, he will carry it.
They're not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having. He kept company with the wild prince and poins. He is of too high a region. He knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. If he take her, let him take her simply. The wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech you heartily, some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your cheer, you shall have sport. I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go. So shall you, Master Page, and you, Sir Hugh.
Well, fare you well. We shall have the freer wooing at Master Page's.
Go home, Jean Rugby. I come anon.
Well, farewell, my heart. I will to my honest knight Falstaff and drink canary with him.
I think I shall drink in pipe wine with him first. I'll make him dance. Will you go, gentles?
No, have with you.
Yes, we have all to see this monster.
What, John? What, Robert?
Hey, is the buck basket ready? Well, is it?
I warrant. What, Robert, I say?
Come!
Here, set it down.
Give him in the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, John and Robert, be ready here. Hard by in the brew house, and when I suddenly call you, come forth, and without any pause or staggering, take this basket to your shoulders. That done, trudge with it in all haste, and carry it among the whisters in Datchet mead, and there empty it in the muddy ditch close to the Thames side.
Oh, you will do it!
I had told them over and over. They like no direction. Be gone. And come when you're called.
Oh, here comes little Robin.
How now, my AS Muscat? What news with you?
My master, Sir John, is coming at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
You little jackalent. Have you been true to us?
I'll be sworn. My master knows not of your being here and hath threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Huh. Thou art a good boy. The secrecy of thine shall be the tailor to thee, and shall make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hide me.
Do so. Go tell thy master I'm alone.
Well, I'll go hide me. I warrant thee, if I do not act, hiss me.
Go to. Then we'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross watery pumpion. We'll teach him to know turtles from jays.
Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why now let me die, for I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this blessed hour.
Oh, sweet Sir John.
Mistress Ford, I cannot cog, I cannot prate. Mistress Ford, now shall I sin in my wish. I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best lord. I would make thee my lady.
I, your lady, Sir John. Alas, I shall be a pitiful lady.
Let the court of France show me such another. I see how thine eye would emulate the diamond. Oh, that thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes the ship Tyre, the Tyre valiant, or any Tyre of Venetian admittance.
Oh, a plain kerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing else, nor that will neither.
By the Lord, thou art a traitor to say so. Thou wouldst make an absolute courtier, and the firm fixture of thy foot would give an excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircling farthingale. I see what thou wert if fortune not thy foe, were not nature thy friend. Come, thou canst not hide it.
Oh, believe me, there is not such thing in me.
What made me love thee? Let that persuade thee there's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say thou art this and that, like a many of these lisping hawthorn buds that come like women in men's apparel and smell like Bucklesbury in simple time. I cannot. But I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, sir. I fear you. You love Mistress Page.
Oh, thou mightst as well say I love to walk by the counter gate, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kiln.
Well, heaven knows how I love you, and you shall one day find it.
Keeping that in mind, I'll deserve it.
Huh? Nay, I must tell you, so you do, or else I could not be in that mind.
Mistress Ford, Mistress Ford, here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly. I would need to speak with you presently.
She shall not see me. I will ensconce me behind the arras.
I pray you, do so. She's a very taking woman. What's the matter? How now? I can't listen. I can't listen. Oh, well, yes, there you are. What's the matter? How now?
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You are shamed, you're overthrown, you're undone forever.
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Well a day, Mistress Ford, having an honest man to your husband to give such a cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion? Out upon you. How am I mistook in you?
Why, Alice, what's the matter?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house by your consent, to take an ill advantage of his assents. You are undone.
'Tis not so, I hope.
Oh, pray heaven it be not so that you have such a man here. But 'tis most certain your husband's coming, with half Windsor at his heels, to search for such a one. I come before to tell you. If you know yourself clear, why, I'm glad of it. But if you have a friend here, convey him out. Be not ashamed or amazed. Call your senses to you, defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever?
Oh, what shall I do? There is a gentleman, my dear friend, and I fear not my own shame so much as his peril. I had rather than £1,000 he were out of the house.
For shame! Never stand. You had rather, and you had rather. Your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance. In the house you cannot hide him. Oh, how you have deceived me. Look, here is a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here and throw foul linen upon him as if he were going to bucking. Or is it whiting time? Send him by your 2 men to Datchet Mead.
He's too big to go in there.
Ooh.
What shall I do?
Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, let me see it. All in. Yeah, all in. Yeah. Follow your friend's counsel. All in.
What, Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never.
Help to cover your master, boy. Call your name, Mistress Ford. You dissembling knight.
What, John? Robert? John? Go, take up these clothes here quickly. Where's the coast half? Look how you tremble. Carry them to the laundress in Datchet Mead. Quickly, come.
Pray you come near. If I suspect without cause, why then make sport at me? Let me be your jest. I deserve it. How now? Whither bear you this?
To the laundress, forsooth.
Why? What have you to do with her? They bear it. You were best meddle with buck washing.
Buck! I would I could wash myself of the buck. Buck. Buck, I warrant you, buck, and of the season too it shall appear. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Here be my key. Ascend the chambers, search, seek, find out. I'll warrant we'll unkennel the fox. Let me stop this way first. Now, uncape.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen, you shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
This is very fantastical humours and jealousies.
Oh God, 'tis not the fashion of France. It is not jealous in France.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there not a double excellency in this?
I know not which pleases me better, that my husband is deceived, or Sir John.
Oh, what a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket?
I am half afraid he will have need of washing, so throwing him into the water will do him a benefit.
Ah, hang him, dishonest rascal. I would all of the same strain were in the same distress.
I think my husband had some special suspicion of FALSTAFF being here, for I never saw him so gross in his jealousy till now.
I will lay a plot to try that, and we will have yet more tricks with Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey this medicine.
Shall we send that foolish Karen mistress quickly to him and excuse him throwing into the water and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment?
We will do it. Let him be sent for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
I cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of that he could not compass.
Heard you that?
You use me well, Master Ford, do you?
Aye, I do so.
Heaven make you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
Aye, I must bear it.
There be any poddy in the house and in the chambers, and in the coffers and in the presses. Heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
Bugger, not I too. There is no bodies.
Fie, fie, Master Ford. Are you not ashamed? What spirit, what devil suggests its imagination? I would not have your distemper in this kind for the wealth of Windsor Castle.
'Tis my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer for a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest a woman as I will desires, among 5,500 too.
Bugger, I see 'tis an honest woman.
Well, I promised you dinner. Come, come, walk in the park, I pray you. Pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, wife, come, Mistress Page, I pray you. Pardon me, pray heartily. Pardon me.
Let's go in, gentlemen, but trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast. After, we'll a birding together. I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything.
If there is one, I shall make 2 in the company.
If there be 1 or 2, I shall make the 3rd.
Pray you go, Master Page.
I pray you now, remembrance tomorrow on the lousy knave, mine host.
That is good, bugger, with all my heart.
A lousy knave to have his jibes and his mockeries.
I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore, no more turn me to him, sweet Nan.
Alas, how then?
Why, thou must be thyself. He doth object I am too great of birth, and that my state, being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides these, other bars he lays before me, my riots past, my wild societies, and he tells me 'tis a thing impossible I should love thee but as a property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No! Heaven so speed me in my time to come. Albeit I will confess thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, Anne. Yet wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps in gold or sums in sealed bags. And 'tis the very riches of thyself that I now aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love. Still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suit cannot attain it, why then, hark you hither.
Break their talk, mistress, quickly. My kinsman shall speak for himself.
I will make a shaft or a boat on it. Sleet, this venturing.
Be not dismayed.
No, she shall not dismay me. I care not for that, but that I am afeard.
Hark ye, Master Slender would speak a word with you.
I come to him. Ugh, this is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile, ill-favoured faults looks handsome in £3,000 a year.
And how does good Master Fenton, pray you? A word with you.
She's coming. To her cows, oh boy, thou hadst a father.
I had a father, Mistress Anne. My uncle can tell you good jests of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne the jest how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen, good uncle.
Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you.
Aye, that I do, as well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
Aye, that I will. Come cut and long tail under the degree of esquire.
He will make you £150 jointure.
Good Master Shallow, let him woo for himself.
Oh, Mary, I thank you for it. I thank you for that good comfort. She calls you coz. I'll leave you.
Now, Master Slender.
Now, good Mistress Anne.
What is your will?
My will? Odds heartily, that's a pretty jest indeed. I never made a my will yet, I take heaven. I'm not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me?
Truly? For my own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and my uncle have made motions. If it be my luck, so. If not, happy man be his dole. They can tell you how things go better than I can. You may ask your father. Here he comes.
Now, Master Slender, love him, daughter Anne. Why, how now? What does Master Fenton here? You wrong me, sir, thus still to haunt my house. I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of.
Nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Good Master Fenton, come not to my child.
She is no match for you.
Sir, will you hear me?
No! Good Master Fenton! Good! Come, Master Shallow! Come, son Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wrong me, Master Fenton.
Speak to Mistress Page.
Good Mistress Page, for that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as I do, perforce against all checks, rebukes and manners, I must advance the colour of my love and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yon fool.
I mean it not. I seek you a better husband.
That's my master, Master Doctor.
Alas, I had rather be set quick of the earth than bowled to death with turnips.
Oh, come, trouble not yourself. Good Master Fenton, I will not be your friend, nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you, and as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell, sir. Must needs go in, her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, man.
This is my doing now. Nay, said I, will you cast away your child on a fool and a physician? Oh, look on, Master Fenton. This is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee once tonight, give my sweet Nan this ring.
Ooh.
There's for thy pains.
How heaven send thee good fortune. Ah, a kind heart he hath. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. But yet I would my master had Mistress Anne, or I would Master Slender had her, or in sooth I would Master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for all three, for so I have promised, and I'll be as good as my word, but specially for Master Fenton. Oh, well, I must of another errand to Sir John Falstaff from my two mistresses. Oh, what a beast am I to slack it!
BARDOLPH! BARDOLPH, I say! BARDOLPH!
Here, sir.
Go fetch me a quart of sack. Put a toast in it. Have I lived to be carried in a basket like a barrow of butcher's offal, and to be thrown in the Thames? Well, if I be served such another trick, I'll have my brains ta'en out and buttered and give them to a dog for a New Year's gift. The rogues slighted me into the river as they would have drowned the blind bitch's puppies, 15 of the litter. And you may know by my size that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. When the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I had drowned, had not the shore been shelvy and shallow. A death that I abhor. For the water swells a man. And what a thing should I have been when I'd been swelled. I should have been a mountain of mummy.
Here's Mistress quickly, sir, to speak with you.
Let me pour in some sack to the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I'd swallowed snowballs for pills to cool the rains. Call her in.
Come in, woman.
By your leave, I cry your mercy. Give your lordship good morrow.
Take away these chalices. Go brew me a pottle of sack finely.
With eggs, sir?
Simple of itself, I'll have no pullet sperm in my brewage. How now?
Marry, sir, I come to your worship from Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford, I've had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford. I have my belly full of Ford.
Oh, well, that's the day, good heart. That was not her fault. She does so take on with her men. They mistook their erection.
So did I mine, to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Well, she laments, sir, for it, that it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding. She desires you once more to come to her between 8 and 9. I must carry the word quickly. She'll make you amends, I warrant you.
Well, I will visit her. Tell her so, and better think what a man is. Let her consider his frailty, and then judge my merit.
I will tell her.
Do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
No, 8 and 9, sir.
Well, be gone. I will not miss her.
Oh, peace be with you, sir.
I marvel I hear not of Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. I like his money well. Oh, here he comes.
Ah, bless you, sir.
Now, Master Brooke, you come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
Master Brooke, I will not lie to you. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And sped you, sir?
Very ill-favoredly, Master Brooke.
How so, sir? Did she change her determination?
No, Master Brooke. But the Peking cornuto, her husband, Master Brooke, dwelling in a continual larum of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy. And at his heels, a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, and forsooth to search his house for his wife's love.
But while you were there,
while I was there.
And did he search for you and could not find you?
Oh, you shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes in one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket.
A buck basket?
By the Lord, a buck basket! Rammed me in with foul shirts and smocks, socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins, that Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
And how long lay you there?
Nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. Oh, I quaked for fear, lest the lunatic knave would have searched it. But fate, ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke. I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with a jealous rotten bellwether. Next, to be compassed like a good bilbo in the circumference of a peck, hilt to point, heel to head, and then to be stopped in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their own grease. Think of that. A man of my kidney, think of that. That am as subject to heat as butter. A man of continual dissolution and thaw. It was a miracle to escape suffocation. And in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stewed in grease, like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames and cooled glowing hot in that surge like a horseshoe. Think of that. Hissing hot. Think of that, Master Brooke.
In good sadness, I am sorry that for my sake you have suffered all this. My suit then is desperate. You'll undertake her no more?
Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna as I've been into Thames, ere I will leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a-birding. I've received from her another embassy of meeting. 'Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, Master Brooke.
'Tis past 8 already, sir.
Is it?
Yeah.
I will then address me to my appointment. Come to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed. And the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu. You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall cuckold Ford.
Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Master Ford? Awake. Ow. Awake, Master Ford. There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford. This 'tis to be married. This 'tis to have linen and buck baskets. Well, I will proclaim myself what I am. I will now take the lecture. He is at my house. He cannot escape me. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse, nor into a pepper box. but lest the devil that guides him should aid him, I will search impossible places. Though what I am, I cannot avoid. Yet to be what I would not, shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, let the proverb go with me. I'll be horn mad.
Is he at Master Ford's already, thinkst thou?
Sure he is by this, or will be presently. But truly he is very courageous mad about his throwing into the water. Oh, Mistress Ford desires you to come suddenly.
Oh, I'll be with her by and by. I'll bring my young man here to school first. Look where his master comes. 'Tis playing day, I see. How now, Sir Hugh? No school today?
No, Master Slender has let the boys leave to play.
Oh, blessing of his heart.
Sir Hugh, my husband says my son profits nothing in the world at his book. I pray you ask him some questions in his accidents.
Come hither, William. Hold up your head, come.
Come on, Sarah. Hold up your head. Answer your master. Be not afraid.
William, how many numbers is in nouns?
2. Truly? I thought there had been one number more, because they say odds nouns.
Peace your tattlings. What is fair, William?
Culture.
Polecats? There are fairer things than polecats for sure.
You are a very simplicity, O man. I pray you, peace. What is lapis, William?
A stone.
And what is a stone, William?
A pebble.
No, it is lapis. I pray you, remember in your praying.
Lapis.
That is a good, William. What is he, William, that does lend articles?
Articles are borrowed of the pronoun and be thus declined. Singularité, nominativo, hicca, haica, hocca.
Nominativo, hig, haig, hog. Pray you, Mark. Genitivo, huios. Well, what is your accusative case?
Accusativo, hinca.
I pray you, have your remembrance, child. Accusativo, hang, hog.
Hang hog is Latin for bacon, I warrant ya.
Leave your troubles, O man. What is the vocative, William? Vocative case, William?
Oh, vocativo. Oh?
Remember, William, vocative is Garrett.
And that's a good root.
O man of Hobber.
Peace. Peace.
What is your genitive case, plural, William?
Genitive case?
Aye.
Genitive. Horum, harum, horum.
Vengeance on Jenny's case? Oh, fie on her. Never name her child if she be a whore.
For shame, O man.
You do ill to teach the child such words. He teaches him to hick and to hack, which they will do fast enough of themselves. And to call whorum, oh, fie upon ya.
O man, art thou lunatics? Hast thou no understandings for thy cases and the numbers of the genders? Thou art as foolish Christian creatures as I would desires.
Prithee, hold thy peace.
Show me now, William, some declensions of your pronouns.
Forsooth, I forgot.
It is qui, quai, quad. If you forget your quis, your quais, and your quads, you must be preachers. Go your ways and play, go.
He's a better scholar than I thought he was.
He is a good sprag memory. Farewell, Mistress Page.
Adieu, good Sir Hugh. Get you home, boy. Come, we stay too long.
Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth. Not only, Mistress Ford, in the simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, and ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now?
He is a burden, sweet Sir John.
What ho! Gossip Ford! What ho!
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
How now, sweetheart? Who's at home beside yourself?
Why, none but my own people.
Oh, indeed.
No, certainly. Speak louder.
Truly, I am so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Why, woman? Your husband is in his old looms again. He so takes on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married mankind, so curses all Eve's daughters of whatever so complexion, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility, and patience to this his distemper he is in now. I am glad the fat knight is not here.
Why does he talk of him?
Of nothing but him, and swears he was carried out the last time. He searched for him in a basket. Protests to my husband he is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport to make another experiment of his suspicions. But I am glad the knight is not here. Now we shall see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by, at street end. He will be here anon.
I am done. The knight is here.
Why, then you are utterly shamed. And he is but a dead man. What a woman are you? Away with him. Away with him! Better shame than murder.
Which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again?
No, I'll come no more to the basket. May I not go out ere he come?
Alas! There's 3 of Master Ford's brothers to watch the door with pistols, that none shall issue out. Otherwise you might slip away ere he came. But what make you here?
What shall I do? Oh, I'll creep up into the chimney.
They always used to discharge their building pieces. Creep into the kiln hole.
Where is it?
Oh, He will stick there, on my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, but they had an abstract for the remembrance of such places, and goes to them by this his note. There is no hiding you in the house.
I'll go out then.
Ah! If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John. Oh, unless you go out disguised.
How might we disguise him?
Oh, alas the day, I know not. Oh, there's no woman's gown big enough for him, otherwise he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape.
Good heart's device. Something. Any extremity rather than a mischief.
My mate's aunt, the fat woman of Brentford, has a gown above.
On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he. And there's her thrummed hat, and her muffler too. Run up, Sir John!
But,
Go, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page and I will look some linen for your head.
Quick, quick! We'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown the while.
I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brentford. He swears she's a witch. For forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Oh, heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil's guide his cudgel afterwards.
But is my husband's coming?
Ah, in good sadness, he is he, and talks of the basket too, howsoe'er he hath intelligence.
We'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it, as they did last time.
Nay, but he'll be here presently. Oh, let's go dress him, like the witch of Brentford.
I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up, I'll bring linen for him straight.
Hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave a proof by that which we will do. Wives may be merry and yet honest too. We do not act but often jest and laugh. 'Tis old but true, still swine eat all the draught.
Go, sirs. Take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at door. If he bid you set it down, obey him. Quickly, dispatch.
Come, take it up.
Pray heaven it be not full of night again.
I hope not. I'd as lief bear so much lead. Aye, but if it prove true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Set down the basket, villain! Somebody call my wife, you thin a basket. Oh, you pandally rascals, there's a knot, a gang, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. What, wife, I say, come, come forth. Behold what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching.
Why, this passes, Master Ford. You are not to go loose any longer. You must be pinioned.
Why, this is lunatics. This is mad as a mad dog.
Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well, indeed.
Oh, say I too, sir. Come hither, Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect without cause, mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness, you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face. Hold it out. Come forth, sirrah.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone.
I shall find you anon.
'Tis unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away.
Empty the basket, I say.
Why, men, why?
Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not he be there again? In my house, I am sure he is. My intelligence is true. My jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen!
If you find a man there, he shall die a flesh death. Flesh death.
He is no man.
By my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you.
Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousies.
Well, he's not here, I seek for.
No, nor nowhere else but in your brain.
Help to search my house this one time. If I find not what I seek, show no colour for my extremity. Let me forever be your table sport. Let them say of me, as jealous as Ford that searched a hollow walnut for his wife's leman. Satisfy me once more. Once more. Search with me.
What? What?
Search with me. Please.
What? Oh, Mistress Page, come you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman? What old woman's that?
Nay, it is my maid's aunt of Brentford.
A witch, a quean, an old cousining quean. Have I not forbid her my house? She comes of errands, does she? We are simple men. We do not know what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure, and such daubery as this is beyond our element. We know nothing. Come down, you witch, you hag, you. Come down, I say.
Nay, good, sweet husband, good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman.
Oh, come, Mother Pratt, come, give me your hand.
I'll prat her. Out of my door, you witch! You bag, you baggage, you cat, you runion! Out! Out! I'll conjure you, I'll fortune tell you.
Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman.
Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
Hang her, witch!
Either yea and no. I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when a woman has a great beard. I spy a great beard under his muffler.
Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, never trust me when I open again. Eh?
Let's obey his humour a little further. Come, gentlemen.
Trust me, they beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass, that he did not. He beat him most unpitifully, methought.
I'll have the cudgel hallowed and hung o'er the altar. It hath done meritorious service.
What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge?
Oh, the spirit of wantonness is sure scared out of him. If the devil have him not in fee simple, with fine and recovery, he will never, I think, in the way of waste, attempt us again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we have served him?
Ah, yes, by all means. If it be but to scrape the figures out of your husband's brains. If they can find in their hearts the poor unvirtuous fat knight shall be of any further afflicted, we two will still be the ministers.
I warrant they have him publicly shamed. And methinks there would be no period to the jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Ah, come to the forge with it then. Shape it. I would not have things cooled.
Sir, the Germans desire to have 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at court, and they are going to meet him.
What duke should that be? He comes so secretly. I hear not of him in the court. Well, let me speak with the gentlemen. They speak English.
Aye, sir. I'll call them to you.
They shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll source them. They've had my house a week at command. I have turned away my other guests. They must come off. I'll source them. Come.
'Tis one of the best discretions of a woman as ever I did look upon.
And did he send you both these letters at an instant?
Within a quarter hour.
Pardon me, wife. Henceforth, do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the sun with cold than thee with wantonness. Now doth thy honour stand in him that was of late an heretic, as firm as faith?
'Tis well, no more. Be not as extreme in submission as in offence, but let our plot go forward. Let our wives yet once again, to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow, where we may take him and disgrace him for it.
There is no better way than that they spoke of.
How? To send him word they'll meet him in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come.
You say he has been thrown in the rivers and has been grievously beaten as an old woman? Methinks there should be terrors in him that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished. He shall have no desires.
So think I too.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us two devise to bring him thither.
There's an old tale goes that Herne the Hunter, sometimes a keeper here in Windsor Forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak tree with ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle and makes milch kine yield blood and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You've heard of such a spirit? And well, you know this superstitious idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the Hunter for a truth.
Why, yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. But what of this?
Mary, this is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us.
Well, let it not be doubted but he'll come, and in this shape, when you have brought him thither, what shall be done with him? What is your plot?
That likewise have we thought upon. And thus, Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their grown, well, will dress like urchins, oofs, and fairies, green and white, with rounds of wax and tapers on their head and rattles in their hands. Upon a sudden, as Falstaff, she, and I are newly met, let them form from forth a saw pit, rush at once, with some diffused song. Upon their sight, we two in great amazedness will fly. Then let them all encircle him about, and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why, that hour of fairy revel in their so sacred paths, he dares to tread in shape profane.
Until he tell the truth. Until he tell the truth. Let the supposed fairies pinch him sound and burn him with their tapers.
The truth being known, we'll present ourselves, dishorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
The children must be well practiced to this, or they'll ne'er do it.
I will teach the children their behaviours, and I will be like a jackanapes also to burn the night with my tabor.
That will be excellent. I'll go buy them vizards.
My Nan shall be the queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white.
That silk will I go buy. And in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Eton. Go, send to Falstaff straight.
Nay, I'll go to him again in the name of Brooke. He'll tell me all his purpose. Sure, he'll come.
Fear you not that. Go get us properties and tricking for our fairies.
Let us about it. It is admirable pleasures and very honest knaveries.
Go, Mistress Ford. Send quickly to Sir John to know his mind. I'll to the doctor. He hath my goodwill, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot, and he my husband best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends potent at court. He, none but he, shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her.
What wouldst thou have for? What, thickskin? Speak, breathe, discuss, brief, short, quick, snap.
Marry, sir, I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff and Master Slender. From Master Slender.
There is his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed. He's painted about with the story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Go knock and call. He'll speak like an anthropophaginian unto thee. Knock, I say.
There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up into his chamber. I'll be so bold as to stay till she come down. I come to speak with her indeed.
A fat woman.
Yeah.
The night may be robbed. I'll call. Bully night! Bully Sir John! Speak from thy lungs, military. Art thou there? Is thine host, thou in Ephesian, calls?
Oh no, mine host.
Here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honourable. Fie, privacy, fie.
There was, mine host, an old fat woman even now with me, but she's gone.
Pray you, sir, was not the wise woman of Brentford?
Aye, Mary, sir, was it? Muscle show. What would you with her?
My master, sir, Master Slender, sent to her, seeing her go through the streets, to know, sir, whether one Nym, sir, that beguiled him of a chain, had the chain or no.
I spake with the old woman about it.
And what says she, I pray, sir?
Mary, she says that the very same man that beguiled Master Slender of his chain cozened him of it.
I would have could have spoken with the woman herself. I had other things to have spoken with her to from him.
What are they? Let us know.
I come quick.
Oh, I may not conceal them, sir.
And conceal them, or thou diest.
Sir, there were nothing about but mistress and page to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or no.
'Tis his fortune.
What, sir?
To have her or no. Go, say the woman told me so.
May I be bold to say so, sir?
Aye, sir, like who more bold?
Oh, well, I thank your worship. I shall make my master glad with these tidings.
Yeah.
Thou art clerkly, thou art clerkly. Sir John, was there a wise woman with thee?
Aye, that there was, mine host, one that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life, and I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning.
Alas, sir, cousinage, mere cousinage.
What be my horses? Speak well of them, Barletto.
Run away with the cousiners, for so soon as I came beyond Eton, they threw me off from behind one of them in a slough of mire, and set spurs it away like 3 German devils, 3 Dr. Fosters.
They are gone but to meet the Duke, villain. Do not say they be fled. The Germans are honest men.
Where is mine host?
What is the matter, sir?
Have a care of your entertainments. There is a friend of mine come to town, tells me there is 3 cousin Germans that has cozened all the hosts of Readings, of Maidenhead, of Combrook, of horses and money. I tell you for goodwill, look you are wise and full of jibes and flouting stocks, and 'tis not convenient you should be cozened. Very well.
Where is mine host, Jater?
Oh, here, Master Doctor, in perplexity and doubtful dilemma.
I cannot tell what is that, but it is telling me that you make a grand preparation for the Duke de Germany. By my troth, there is no Duke that the court is not to come. I tell you for goodwill. Adieu.
Hue and cry, villain, go! Assist me, knight, I am undone! Fly, run! Hue and cry, villain, I am undone!
Would all the world might be cozened, for I've been cozened and beaten too. If it should come to the ear of the court how I've been transformed, and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgeled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop, and liquor fishmen's boots with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wits, till I were as crestfallen as a dried pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at primero. Well, if my wind were but long enough to say my prayers, I would repent. Now whence come you?
From the 2 parties, forsooth.
The devil take one party and his damn the other. And so they shall be both bestowed. I've suffered more for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear.
I know.
Have not they suffered? Oh, yes, I warrant. Especially one of them. Mistress Ford, good heart, is beaten black and blue that you cannot see a white spot upon her.
What tell'st thou me of black and blue? I was beaten myself into all the colours of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brentford. but that my admirable dexterity of wit, my counterfeiting the action of an old woman delivered me, the knave constable had set me i' the stocks, i' the common stocks, for a witch.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant to your content. Here is a letter, will say somewhat. Good hearts, what ado here is to bring you together. Sure, one of you does not serve heaven well that you are so crossed.
Come up into my chamber.
Oh, Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will give over all.
Yet hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose, and as I am a gentleman, I'll give thee £100 in gold more than your loss.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will at least keep your counsel.
From time to time I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair Anne Page, who mutually hath answered my affection, so far forth as herself might be her chooser, even to my wish. I have a letter from her of such contents as you will wonder at, the mirth whereof so larded with my matter that neither singly can be manifested without the show of both. Fat Falstaff hath a great scene. The image of the jest I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host. Tonight at Herne's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. The purpose why is here, in which disguise, while other jests are something rank on foot, her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry her. She hath consented. Now, sir, her mother, ever strong against that match, and firm for Dr. CAIUS, hath appointed that she shall likewise shuffle her away, while other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the deanery, where a priest attends, straight marry her. To this her mother's lot, she, seemingly obedient, likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now thus it rests. Her father means she shall be set all in white, and in that habit, when Slender sees his time to take her by the hand and bid her go, she shall go with him. Her mother hath intended the better to denote her to the doctor, for they must all be masked and visited, that quaint in green she shall be loose enrobed, with ribbons pendant flaring about her head, and when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, to pinch her by the hand, and on that token the maid hath given consent to go with him.
Which means she deceive? Father or mother?
Both, my good host, to go along with me. And here it rests that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church twixt 12 and 1, and in the lawful name of marrying to give our hearts united ceremony.
Well, husband your device, I'll to the vicar bring you the maid, you shall not lack a priest.
So shall I evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll make a present recompense.
Prithee, no more prattling. Go, I'll hold. This is the 3rd time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away I go. They say there is divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death. Well, away!
I'll provide you a chain, and I'll do what I can to get you a pair of horns.
Away, I say. Time wears. Hold up your head and mince. Oh. How now, Master Brooke? Master Brooke, the matter will be known tonight or never. Be you in the park about midnight at Herne's Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Went you not to her yesterday, sir, as you told me you had appointed?
I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see, like a poor old man. But I came from her, Master Brooke, like a poor old woman. That same knave, Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him, Master Brooke, that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he beat me grievously, in the shape of a woman. For in the shape of a man, Master Brooke, I fear not Goliath with the weaver's beam, because I know also life is a shuttle. I am in haste. Go along with me. I'll tell you all, Master Brooke. Since I plucked geese, played truant, and whipped top, I knew not what 'twas to be beaten till lately. Follow me. I'll tell you strange things of this knave Ford, on whom tonight I will be revenged. And I will deliver his wife into your hand. Follow, strange things in hand, Master Brooke. Follow.
Come, we'll couch in the castle ditch till we see the light of fell fairies. Remember, son, Slender, my...
I forethought. I have spoke with her. We have a word how to know one another. I come to her in white and cry, Mom. She cries, budget, and by that we know one another.
That's good too. But what needs either your mum or your budget? The white will decipher her well enough. It has struck 10 o'clock.
The night is dark, light and spirits will become it well. Heaven prosper our sport. No man means evil but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns. Let's away, follow me.
Ah, Master Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you see your time, take her by the hand, away with her to the deanery, and dispatch it quickly. Go before into the park. We two must go together.
I know what I have to do. Adieu.
Fare you well, sir. Oh, my husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. 'Tis no matter. Better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
Where is Nan now, and her troop of fairies, and the Welsh devil HUGH?
They're all couched in a pit by Herne's Oak, with obscured lights, which, at the very instant of Falstaff's and our meeting, they will at once display to the night.
That cannot choose but amaze him.
Oh, if he not be amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will every way be mocked.
We'll betray him finally.
Ah, against such lewdsters and their lechery, those that betray them do no treachery.
The hour drowns on, to the oak, to the oak.
Trip, trip, fairies, come and remember your parts. Be bold, I pray you. Follow me into the pit, and when I give the watchwords, do as I bid you. Come, come, trip, trip.
The Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, Jove, thou wast a bowl for thy Europa. Love set on thy horns, oh, powerful love, that in some respects makes a beast a man, and in some other a man a beast. You were also, Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. Oh, omnipotent love, how near the god drew to the complexion of a goose. A fault done first in the form of a beast. Oh, Jove, a beastly fault. And then another fault in the semblance of a fowl. Think on't, Jove, a foul fault. When gods have hot backs, what shall poor men do? For me, I'm here a Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, of the forest. Send me a cool rat time, Jove, or who can blame me to piss my tallow? Who comes here? My doe?
Sir John, art thou there, my dear, my male dear?
With the black scut. Let the sky rain potatoes, let it thunder to the tune of green sleeves, hail kissing comfits, and snow eringos. Let there come a tempest of provocation. I will shelter me here.
Mistress Page is come with me, sweetheart.
Oh. Divide me like a bribed buck, each a hunch. I will keep my sides to myself, my shoulders for the fellow of this walk, and my horns I bequeath your husbands. Am I a woodman? Speak I like Herne the hunter? Why now is Cupid a child of conscience, he makes restitution, as I am a true spirit. Welcome.
Lass, what noise?
Oh, heaven forgive our sins!
Should this be?
Away! Away, away, away!
No, not to get... Oh, I think the devil will not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set hell on fire. He should never else cross me thus.
Fairies, black, grey, green, and white. Your moonshine revelers and shades of night. You orphan heirs of fixed destiny, attend your office and your quality. Cry a hobgoblin, make the fairy noise.
Elves, list your names. Silence, you airy toys. Cricket, to Windsor chimneys shalt thou leap, where fires thou find'st unraked and hearths unswept. There, pinch the maids as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and sluttery.
They are fairies. He that speaks to them shall die. I'll wink and couch. No man their works must hide.
Where's Bede? Go you, and where you find a maid, that ere she sleep has thrice her praise said, raise up the organs of her fantasy. Sleep she as sound as careless infancy, but those as sleep and think not on their sins, pinch them arms, legs, backs, shoulders, sides, and shins.
About! Search Windsor Castle, elves, within and out. Strew good luck oofs on every sacred room, that it may stand till the perpetual doom. In state as wholesome as in state 'tis fit, worthy the owner, and the owner it. The several chairs of order look you scour, with juice of balm and every precious flower. Each fair instalment coat and several crest, with loyal blazon evermore be blessed. And nightly meadow fairies look you sing, like to the garter's compass in a ring. The expression that it bears green, let it be more fertile fresh than all the fields to see. And honey swatki malipons right, in emerald tufts, flowers purple, blue, and white, like a sapphire pearl and rich embroidery, buckled below fair knighthood's bending knee. Fairies use flowers for their character. Away, disperse, but till 'tis 1 o'clock. Our dance of custom around about the oak of Herne the hunter, let us not forget.
Pray you lock hand in hand, yourselves in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanterns be, to guide our measure round about the tree. But stay! I smell a man of Middle Earth.
Heavens defend me from that Welsh fairy, lest he transform me to a piece of cheese!
Vile worm, thou wast o'erlooked even in thy birth.
With trial fire touch me this his finger end. If he be chaste, the flame will back descend and turn him to no pain. But if he start, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart.
A trial, come!
Will this wood take fire?
Oh!
Corrupt and tainted in desire. About him, fairies, sing a scornful rhyme, and as you trip, still pinch him to your time. Fie on sinful fantasy, fie on lust and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire, fed in heart whose flames aspire, as thoughts do blow them higher and higher. Pinch him, fairies, mutely, pinch him for his villainy. Pinch him and burn him and turn him about, till candles and starlight and moonshine be
Nay, do not cry. I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn?
I pray you come. Hold up the jest no higher. Now, good Sir John, how like you, wives of Windsor? See you these, husband? Do not these fairy yokes become the forest better than the town?
Now, sir, who's a cuckold now? Master Brooke, Falstaff's a knave, a cuckoldy knave. Here are his horns, Master Brooke. And Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing of Ford's but his buck-basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Brooke. His horses are arrested for it, Master Brooke.
Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you, my dear.
I do begin to perceive that I'm made an ass.
Aye, and an ox too. Both the proofs are extant.
And these are not fairies? Yeah, you know, I was 3 or 4 times in the thought they were not fairies, and yet the guiltiness of my mind, the sudden surprise of my powers, drove the grossness of the foppery into a received belief, in despite of the teeth of all rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now how wit may be made a jackalent when 'tis upon ill employment.
Sir John Falstaff, serve God and leave your desires, and fairies will not pince you.
Well said, Fairy Hugh.
And leave your jealousies too, I pray you.
I will never mistrust my wife again till thou art able to woo her in good English.
Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it that it once mattered to prevent so gross o'erreaching as this? Am I ridden with a Welsh goat too? Shall I have a coxcomb of frieze? 'Tis time I choked with a piece of toasted cheese.
It is not good to give putter. Your belly is all putter.
Cease and pater. Have I lived to stand at the taunt of one that makes fritters of English? This is enough to be the decay of lust and late walking through the realm.
Why, Sir John? Do you think, though, we would have thrust virtue out of our hearts by the head and shoulders and have given ourselves without scruple to hell? That ever the devil could have made you our delight?
What, a hodge pudding? A bag of flax?
Puffed man.
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails.
and one that is as slanderous as Satan.
And as poor as Job.
And as wicked as his wife.
Given to fornications and to taverns and sack and wine and metheglins and to drinkings and swearings and starrings, pribbles and prabbles.
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I'm dejected. I'm not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet o'er me. Use me as you will.
Marry, sir, we'll bring you to Windsor, to one Master Brooke, that you have cozened of money to whom you should have been a pander. Over and above that you have suffered, I think to repay that money will be a biting affliction.
Yet, be cheerful, knight. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife, that now laughs at thee. Tell her Master Slender hath married her daughter.
Doctors doubt that. If Anne Page be my daughter, she is by this Dr. CAIUS's wife.
Whoa! For the page?
Son, how now? How now, son? Have you dispatched?
Dispatch. I'll make the blessed Gloucester shine on it. Oh, would I were hanged else.
Of what, son?
I came yonder to Eton to marry Mistress Anne Page, and she's a great library boy. If I had not been in the church, I would have swindled him, or he should have swindled me. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, I would buy never shirt, and this a postmaster's boy.
Upon my life, then, you took the wrong.
What did you tell me that? I think so, when I took a boy for a girl. If I had been married to him for all he was in woman's apparel, I would not have had him.
Why, this is your own folly. Did not I tell you you should know my daughter by her garments?
I went to her in white and cried, Mom, and she cried, Budget, as Anne and I had appointed, and yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
Oh, good George, be not angry. I knew your purpose turned my daughter into green, and indeed, she is now with the doctor at the deanery, and they're married.
Where is Mistress Page? By God, I am cozened. I have married un garçon. Un peasant, a boy, by God, a boy. It is not Anne Page, by God. I am cozened.
Why, did you take her in green?
Aye, baga, and 'tis a boy. Baga, I'll raise all Windsor.
This is strange. Who hath got the right Anne?
My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, good father, good my mother, pardon.
Now, mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender?
And why went you not with Master Doctor, maid?
You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully where there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offence is wholly that she hath committed, and this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience, or unduteous title, since therein she doth evitate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed hours which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
Stand not amazed. Here is no remedy. In love, the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate.
I am glad, though you have ta'en a special stand to strike at me, that your arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased.
Well, I will misuse you no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let's everyone go home and laugh this sport o'er by a country fire. Oh, Sir John and all.
Let it be so. Sir John, to Master Brooke, you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mistress Ford.